Hi, it's Kim McGrath from Expressions of the Universe with your new moon in Leo forecast, stars and cards for all zodiac signs, and the mid-August forecast. I'm going to start with the cards and try to get through all of this pretty quickly. Oh, and I'll give you all the updates afterwards. I'm going to use Queen of the Moon Oracle card deck by Stacy DeMarco. And I pulled cards for this time period. Of course, I'm going to use the new moon card, which is new beginnings. And this does offer us a fresh start in creativity and joy and finding our inner child. I will post more about this during the week. And then the other card, because Leo is a fire sign, I'm going to use this hot moon card because for the reason with the aspects that are happening, it's symbolizes learning how to, and I'm using the guidebook so that I don't forget anything that I want to say. It symbolizes learning how to handle crises with calm and resilience. Um, the companion stone for this is sunstone, and I will write more about this on Facebook and Instagram also. But this is just asking you to keep your egos in check. Leo symbolizes that um, because we want to step back, take a couple breaths, not react to rage and outrage and aggression. And, I'm picking up the superhero versus bully energy that will be coming up. People coming in to disrupt us, disrupt our business, disrupt our ways of life. So stay tuned for that. And all right, so I'm going to put those aside. The crystal that I'll be using for this time period, besides moonstone, is fire agate. And, I don't know how well you could see this. And I know I've shown you this before, but can you see like the crackles in it? So fire agate, obviously symbolizing the fire sign moon and the sun in Leo to help us put our creativity, our ideas, our passions to action. So it will give us courage. It is encouraging. All right. I am going to side just quick shuffle and cut of the deck. And I'm going to give each zodiac sign a keyword that they can focus on for this new moon, new beginnings, launching new projects, seeding new things that will come to fruition when the moon is full in Leo, which usually occurs towards the end of January, beginning of February. Okay, so we'll start with Aries. Aries, you have the waning crescent resistance. So, sorry. Aries, suns, risings, and moons. What are you resisting? The resistance also, what I'm picking up with that resistance is futile. If you keep resisting what you need to do, what you need to take care of, it only creates more discomfort. So this is about going with the flow. This is card 25, talking about our emotions that would trigger the need for big changes. Let me just take a look at this guidebook real quick. And it says, familiarize yourself with how resistance manifests for you, the overt and the covert. If you continue to have doors slammed in your face, turn around, there will normally be an open door that you probably didn't even want to go through, but that's your clue. Procrastination is just another kind of fear. Move forward with confidence and persistence. Taurus, suns, risings, and moons. You have the egg moon. Don't know what the egg moon is, but I would think it's in spring. And it says trust. Trust that everything will work out. Card number 32. So changes are needed for you. Trust in a higher power. Allow your emotions to be calm, knowing that you are being taken care of. And card 32, the egg moon, says, trust yourself, develop trust, and joy will follow. You can rely on your own capabilities, begin to plan carefully for the future. That's pretty nice. Gemini, suns, risings, moons. You have the blue moon, the unexpected, and this, we are having a blue moon come up in a few weeks on August 31st. Excuse me. My hair keeps going like on my nose. The blue moon, which symbolizes a second full moon in 1 month. The upcoming blue moon is in Pisces, which is like an indifference when it comes to Gemini. Card number 43 talks about finding your place, finding your peers, opening up to creativity, trusting in divine messages that will put you on your path. Right, so 43, the blue moon, probably the last card of the deck. It's his. The unexpected. No matter how well you plan, there is always room for the unexpected to occur. Build your resilience as rare occurrences can happen. A visitor you have not seen in a long time may re-enter your life. This Gemini says WTF, WTH. Maybe it's a good thing, but I've been having stuff like that crop up and it's unwelcome. Definitely indicative of the Venus retrograde and the shadow of the Mercury retrograde. And it's been very disruptive. So hopefully this is good news. Cancers, you have waning crescent, which is fourth quarter moon, the ending and the closing up of something. It's asking you, it's now time to release, to let things go from your emotional body and trust in the divine. That's card 27, because there's a new path coming. I know that a lot of cancers tend to hold on to things based on emotion alone, and especially when it's not good for them. A lot of water signs. All right, so it says let go. It is time to release anything that does not serve you. Old negative habits do not engage you anymore, as the payoff is not enough. You are ready to make room for bigger, brighter, more aligned things. Leo, full moon in Leo. All right, this says waning crescent, third quarter, surrender. So this is about giving in, just allowing yourself to go with the flow because you're not fully ready to release, but there's a surrendering. Think about floating on your back down the river. This is card number 26, emotions surrounding abundance, material things, knowing that there's an infinite pool of that. This is pretty much what I'm picking up is like, stop worrying about mundane things that you don't have any control over, because when you do surrender and trust, everything will flow to you. This says surrendering doesn't mean giving up. Let go of what you no longer need. Stop being so stubborn about holding on to aspects and behaviors and habits that don't align with who you are now. Stop struggling. I love that. Love that for the Leos, because I have Leo moon. But it is the Leo new moon. Okay, Virgos, little virgins. Oh, this is pretty. This is waning gibbous. Focus. Part number 14, putting the focus on yourself, finding like-minded people, making big changes around your thinking. That's going to go perfect with the Mercury retrograde in Virgo. So Virgos, it's the way you talk to yourself, the way you think about yourself, the words coming out of your mouth, um, and shifting your focus and perspective. This says you must focus on the task at hand. Where did that where did that accent come from? You must focus on the task at hand right now. There is no room for a scattergun approach. Put on the blinkers and do not listen to gossip, negative people. That's a good reminder for all of us. If you make a mistake, it is your mistake to make. Do not waste your focus. Do not split your attention into too many pieces, which Virgos have a tendency to do. Libra. Libra, you have supermoon attraction card number 44, my favorite number. I love 44. Any double number is a master number. And then the 4 is about creativity. It's about finding your peeps, finding your place, which leads to an 8, infinity and abundance. I love that. Oh, this is actually the last card in the deck. And this says, you can be magnetic to others and attract the good things in life. You can repel what you no longer wish to attract. Be ready for opportunity. Avoid extremes that might cause negative imbalance in your body, mind, and spirit. Think of connections greater than yourself. Really beautiful. Okay, Scorpio. You have the worm moon, and it's about having faith. Pretty sure the worm moon comes in around March, if I'm not mistaken. Card number 31. To me, this is also about finding your place, your peeps, knowing that there is enough, the divine connection with something greater than yourself and yourself. This is for the Scorpios, birthing something brand new. And it could feel difficult for the Scorpios for the time being, but nothing good came from things being so super easy. This says fertility and abundance now return. I like that. Okay. Things will get better. Growth has started. Hold on to your dreams through any adversity. Sagittarians, you have snow moon, purity, and it's card number 30. This is about getting back into divine connection, putting boundaries up around people and situations. As you can see, this woman, she has her eyes covered, not wanting to see what's going on, or the blinders are on. And so blinded, like if you have ever lived in a winter region, have you ever been snow blind when you go outside after it has snowed and the sun is hitting the snow? Um, you feel fine when you're outside, but that when you go inside, like you can't see anything, snow blind. That's what I'm picking up with this. It says, look for the simplest and cleanest solutions. Understand your motives for doing what you are doing. Be as clear as possible in your communications. Capricorns, you have last quarter moon and it's gratitude. What I'm picking up here, it's very family oriented, mother, parent, child, um, father, that whole dynamic. Big changes coming um, via emotions and divine connections, but changes also happening in the family. Not to forget that Pluto is in Capricorn. So wherever you have that in your chart, for all of us, big changes are happening in that area. All right, this says, be where you are and be thankful. There is always something to be grateful for, no matter your suffering. Gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you right now. Aquarius, you have the full moon and it's about power, taking back your power, standing in your power. Card number 16 about yourself, material abundance, creating like the alchemist. You have everything you need to put yourself on a divine path meant just for you. And this says, step into your true power, shine brightly, do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. And I know for my daughter, who is an Aquarius, and my soon to be granddaughter will be an Aquarius as well, as is about a third of my family. I know that ancestral energy has been really pouring in big time. So I'm going to have to remind my daughter to look at this so that she can hear this message as affirmation, confirmation. And last but not least, Pisces, you have the flower moon and it is blossoming. So wonderful things are coming. And another master number card, 33. And this is saying everything has aligned to bring you exactly what you want. Something brand new is blossoming, bringing you the abundance that you have desired. So I love that for the Pisces. Big shift in energy for Pisces from even like 2 weeks ago and now. This says, do not give up. You have planned for this. Take notice, take no notice of what others think or say about you. Open and rise. Someone around you may be jealous of your success, but you need to mark your victories. Check. Okay. I hope you liked your cards. Put this to the side. And now I'm going to move into the astrology and my slideshow. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, can't get my mouse to work. I apologize. Now I have to share my screen. All righty. We have the new moon in Leo. Yes. All right. So I put this up a couple weeks ago for the August highlight video. Just thought that I would throw that up there. We're already in the middle of August. And as I'm recording this, we're coming into the sun in Leo conjuncting Venus in Leo retrograde. And what I had come up with several weeks ago was we're feeling fine, but not everything is as it appears. This is really deep and karmic. Sunday, August 13th. We could start off good and somebody from the past could come in and throw a monkey wrench in if it hasn't happened already, which yes, for me, it has. And the energy that I was picking up is like we need to be cheerleaders for each other. There's no competition really, because when you win, I win, and vice versa. Like we should all be keeping each other uplifted, especially during difficult times. And then we're coming into the sun squaring Taurus. Expect the unexpected right prior to through the new moon. Um, I know that Uranian energy, Uranus in Taurus with Jupiter, part of the dynamic, also with the sun in Leo, fire. It's like fire and earth was part of what transpired in Maui. I don't remember if I said it, but I'm pretty sure that several weeks ago or a month ago, I said a lot of like weather and, or, crazy things happening in the world, natural disasters and whatnot. So we have the new moon in Leo at 23 degrees. You want to see where 23 degrees of Leo is in your chart. Let your light shine. Sun enters Virgo next week. Mercury also stations retrograde at the same time. Mars enters Libra. Uranus goes retrograde. And then we have that second full moon in Pisces, that blue moon. So what I had written down, that a lot of us are feeling very burned out, drained. This is a great time for us to really go within. The retrogrades, a lot of chaos, stuff from the past, things that we have to deal with. What I found interesting, I'm like, why do I have to learn this lesson again? And one of the, my followers on here who has pretty much the same birth chart as me said, what if these are not our lessons, but the lessons for the people that are coming towards us, meaning like using us as a mirror to help them through that? I was like, ooh, that's a good perspective. The new moon in Leo is about the center of attention, being the center of attention, courage, freedom, change, insatiable search for the meaning of life, more joy, more pleasure, something more than what it currently is what I'm picking up. And I have the arrows here to point out, some really important spots in the chart that are causing harmony and tensions at the same time. The sun and moon conjunct Venus. You could see that in the first house. My mouse doesn't want to work. I'm assuming that maybe, no, possibly my battery is running out. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where my little mouse is, but it's not showing up on the screen. Mercury shadow conjunct Mars in Virgo in the second house. This I want us to all pay attention to, because I want you to be aware of like coming up with some money-making scheme, or like being told that something is a sure bet as an investment. You'll lose, you'll lose, you'll lose. Focus on non-material things of value, things that are important that money can't buy. Cleaning up your budget, cleaning up your body, mind, and spirit. Mars in the second in Virgo is about money, power, and possessions. And there is some aggression there. And then I have marked a couple of pages that I found interesting, that things that we should focus on and things that we need to leave behind for this moon in Leo. But before I do that, I just want to remind you that Mercury is going retrograde on the 23rd. We are in the heat of the shadow, and I already did the cards. So I'm going to stop sharing because I already went through that. And then I'm just going to read real quick. For this new moon in Leo, some attributes to develop is our individuality, willingness to take center stage, take the lead in something, stop like falling behind, like falling in the shadows, following one's heart's desires, strengthening our willpower, enthusiasm, self confidence, taking risks, relating to the childlike quality in others and ourselves, enjoying life, having fun, looking at life as a game, stop being so serious, develop, developing it's up to me attitude, stop playing victim, things to leave behind, yielding to peer pressure in order to belong. So that theme came up a lot, like finding your right people. If your peers are pressuring you to do things that really don't resonate with your heart, then they are not your people. Detaching from emotional situations, aloofness, waiting for others to prompt you to act instead, like follow your own heart, waiting for more knowledge before taking action. So risk taking, excessive daydreaming, and running away from confrontations, face things head on. This poem, which I thought was really beautiful, it's a healing poem for the Leo energy, and it's called Be the Child You Were. And I don't know actually who wrote it, so I apologize. I tried to source it and couldn't, but it's pretty nice. Okay, so sometimes I wonder if we saw when we were born our destiny crystal clear before us. Sometimes I wonder before the world became our guide if we knew to follow who we were inside. Be the child you were, be the child you were. Before the world got to you, told you things that were not true. Be the child you were, be the child you were. So, the new Leo moon is about finding our inner child and living from our heart space and our own desires and stop, allowing people to push you around, right? Oh, there were a couple things I wanted to note. I am getting ready to go on vacation. Um, I will be scheduling some posts on Facebook, Instagram. I will be scheduling the full blue moon and September highlight video and forecast for y'all. So that will drop while I am on vacation. Hopefully everything will go as planned. I have a full few days of readings coming up that I need to wrap up. And then next week, after I wrap up some loose ends, I'm out of here for almost a month. Um, so just sit tight. Hopefully you'll all be here when I get back, but I really need this. This is, time away with my whole family at the beach. I look forward to this every year. It's later than normal, but it's coming in at the perfect time. So I will be away for the last 2 weeks of August and the first week of September, returning and then trying to come back and integrate into that. And I will be back to doing readings by the weekend of the first weekend of September. What else? I think that's it. I'm running on fumes because I've been staying up to watch the Perseid meteor showers because it's so rare that we have clear skies or, fairly clear skies during the Perseids. I know the night of August 11th into the 12th, it was phenomenal. Last night, it was okay. And that was supposed to be the peak, and it was better the night before. It's worth it to me. It only comes once a year, so coffee it is. Coffee it is. Everybody have a great new moon in Leo. New moon blessings to all of you. Do your ceremony, light some candles to bring in some more light. And I'll see you in about a month, live anyway, that is. But, stay tuned. I will not leave you high and dry. Until next time, bye.